Panel, as always, we have been, debating feverishly on the top tech champs. In fact, I will move there now as a visual. But before I do that, we are going to put up the next poll. Which, if you're asking, where's Nebula? She's coming right up. Kick Rocks opens 79 featured crystals. Whoa! Data!
Woohoo!
Best of these champs. All right, so we have been just really fascinated. This has been not a big shift. Some people predicted, including our man Ryan Veda, that infamous Iron Doom would rise to number 2 in tech, but he did not. He rose to 4. All right. The current poll is Hulkbuster, Guillotine 299, Stark Spidey, and Nebula. That is what was voted the number 8 through 12 best tech champion 3 months ago. So we are taking those votes and making them. Bobby, are we still talking about crystals? So, Mama, did they put you up with a bunch of pain meds?
Yeah, I mean, I had the anesthesia. It's just he did 8 today.
Oh.
So it's the most, internet phrases, it's the most I've ever had.
Wow. By the way, we now have on the list. Speaking of crazy, Wednesday night is the deepest class in the game, the Cosmic class. So get ready. Monday
Get
night.
the gloves out now.
Monday night we had a big move with Valkyrie up the skill ladder, like a lot of people predicted. Tonight it's been the least movement so far in a poll that we have ever seen, internet phrases, in the history of this process. Okay, so Hulkbuster is a clear runaway, is not moving from number 9, which means we will come back with a new poll since everything is pretty close. So we're taking the bottom 3 from the previous poll and adding in Sam Wilson to it. Who do you use the most? Guillotine 299, Starkey, Sam Wilson, or Nebula, Mama?
Well, I don't have a 6-star Starkey. I just got Guillotine 2099. And I can't say I don't use Sam Wilson or Nebula. Because I'm a huge fan of Warlock.
Oh my gosh, Starkey's starting out with some hype. The love of Starkey. So Blade kept the top 10 last night, which was a bit surprising. And right now, the OG Starkey, who did used to be viewed as the best tech champ in the game, and now he's fighting for top 10 status.
Wait until the Mystic class, and if Ghost Rider comes out again, I mean, we're going to have the original OG trilogy.
Yeah, there's going to be. So right now, even though some of you specifically were annoyed that Nebula was not in the top 10, Nebula is getting 6% of this vote. So just remember these results when the Nebula stands out there like, golly, Prof. Hoff hates Nebula. Y'all, Starkey is killing it. So Starkey would flip Guillotine 2099, and then we would have to do what our rule states when there is an upset and go head to head with Hulkbuster. You know the rules now, Mama. You're doing.
I pay attention sometimes.
More than I can say for some of my students. Wow, Nebula is falling off a cliff now, and it is. Okay, so. All right, Silver Centurion, by the way, is like number 15. I don't think we're going to put him up there.
No.
All right, so.
Much Shuri.
We got to 40 votes, but it's within the margin of error. So clearly there is a big discrepancy in this. So now we're going to do officially a head-to-head because there was a late push for Guillotine 2099. So there might be some people who say, I'm not ready for her to lose out on that number 10 spot. And if that's the case, we just flipped them for nothing. So this determines 10 and the first honorable mention. And, oops. Let's go back to this setup, shall we? I went to click away and things got wild. Y'all, we just entered the abyss, as in literally the abyss of my channel.
What about Shuri?
Oh. I guess we could put her up there.
She's pretty damn good. Dang good.
Hey, we're talking about beavers unofficially. All right, 5 votes from calling it, and then Starkey has jumped Guillotine. Wow.
Who would have thunk it?
Jason, I was hoping that Texas would have played better last night. Dale said, well said, Mama. We want to give Mama Bear credit because she's incredibly generous and has certainly donated more than the amount on screen worth of pizza to the channel over the years. But technically, her name is up there courtesy of Stephen Burris, her pool boy. Right?
Yes. The goat.
Ryan, I don't know. Was he buffed this month? I haven't used him yet. Have you used him yet?
Who?
Iron Man Infinity War?
I have not used him yet.
Yeah, it's tough to say. Jeremy says people are sleeping on Shuri. She's going to be annoying Alliance War on that heavy knockdown. Well, Jeremy, remember, she's still so new that these polls shift vastly in 2 months. Valkyrie was barely a top 10 skill champion 3 months ago. She's now top 5. Iron Doom was a top 10 champion 4 months ago, top 5 3 months ago, and now is number 4. So, but we'll just see. Okay, so we are now doing the Starkey versus Hulkbuster poll, and Starkey's officially the top 10 at least for 2 months. Wow. Let's see how high Starkey goes. Ooh, it's starting out 50-50. For a moment, Starkey was winning by 17%, and then the Hulkbuster fans said, oh, hell no. That was a beatdown. All right, normally we wait.
Well, at least we know his place.
Normally we wait until 40 votes, but when it's a 50% plus difference, you can't make that up in 6 votes. So, all right, well, before we open our crystals for the evening, I think it's worth noting that we have had the only 2 shifts in the poll until April. We had Omega Sentinel stay at number 3, but Ultron and Iron Doom barely switch. And that could be something that changes again in a couple months. Iron Doom's 4, Ultron's 5. And then we had Starkey and Guillotine 2099 shift. Guillotine 29 is a top honorable mention, and Starkey's number 10. So, all in all, again, this is technically subjective, but if the results of the votes are the same consistently throughout the months, you sort of feel like you have a pretty good idea of where at least the viewing community of this channel thinks.
Yep.
And Titan Slayers, you can be out all you want, but Ghost was not close to Ultron in the poll. But we do have plenty of people who come in and say, I am the best ever with somebody like Ghost or Kitty Pryde. And so everybody who disagrees with me is a noob because I'm a douchebag. All right, you ready for the crystals?
Yep.
All right, stay tuned.